So here we are looking at the Slash straight, and if you're kind of a brainstorm, if you're thinking you want something a little more directional, but still kind of got a lot of all mountainy feel to it, you have the Brainstorm. You know, you can see it's definitely more directional, it's definitely more set back, but it's still something you can ride switch. It's still something that works in a wide variety of areas, and it's still got that same, you know, width in the tip as it does the tail. So you know, you're not feeling that surfy, setback, washy feel. It definitely feels, you know, like an all mountain board, like a double ender and a tapered freeride board mated. And the double ender was the dominant gene. So you can see, you know, I love this camber profile they're kind of doing. I think it's nice, you know, it seems like there's more rise out of it. It's still kind of that same between the feet kind of camber. It doesn't really, you know, it kind of ends right at about the bindings and then just starts to rock her up. So yeah, maybe a little more camber would be nice, but at least they're bowing it up in the middle a little more than the old days. The old days, it used to be almost unnoticeable camber-wise. So it's kind of nice to see. Just got, you know, chill base. You know, no die cut, so it's just nice and smooth and fast. This is the 59 and kind of like something I'd like to own. This or the 60, I think it's a 62, but or 61, I can't remember. But this 59 worked perfectly for me. I really liked it. And setting it all the way back, which is kind of why probably a lot of you watch this, other than seeing the camber profile. You're looking at 22 3/4, like most Slash boards. 22 to the last insert, and this is with regular inserts. And then 17. So you're looking at 5 back on board. Is that right? Did I get that right? Yep, 17 and 22. Yeah, that's 5 inches back on board, which is pretty good. You know, but like I said in the review above, when I set it all the way back, it didn't feel like you were that far back, which is really interesting. I mean, it floats like a champ, but you got that kind of like between the feet kind of double ender feel. You're not kind of like, you're not as surfy, at anywhere near as surfy as you would be compared to many freeride boards with some taper in the tail and a more like, you know, kind of tapered feel, like boards like the Pick Your Line, you know. You're just really kind of getting a little something different there. But that's really cool that you can get that far back on board with kind of an average stance width that I see. And you've got all this rocker. And, you know, I've ridden this in the past in a little powder, I believe. And it floats really well. And I've rode it in some messy, you know, day after kind of powder earlier today, and I had a really good time on it. It was a lot of fun. It just, you know, it's going to float really well. 5 inches back on board with all that, you know, rocker in the nose. You've got some good directional float. I had a blast on this. You know, this and the Brainstorm and the Happy Place are all like 3 different style boards in Slash's line, and all really appealed to me, and I think can appeal to you. They'll appeal to a wide variety of riders. You know, if you're a freestyle guy, you know, Happy Place. If you're, you know, if you're more of an all mountain guy, you know, you got the Brainstorm. And then if you're more of a directional all mountain to kind of like freeride guy who kind of prefers a board that doesn't have a real washy tail, kind of very good drive between the feet. You can drive off the front foot or off the back foot, you know, as you engage into that turn. This will do it for you. So, you know, pretty fun, pretty recommendable, and pretty forgiving. There you have it, the Slash Narwhal Straight.